Picture of Grenfell Tower. Greenfell Tower, right? I was standing in Notting Hill Carnival yesterday. I opened up my Bible and it said, tarry here a while and watch my heart. And it said, my heart is exceedingly sore. I was like, so I stood there because it was like, I was getting like, sometimes I open the Bible and see what it says. Instructions. Grenfell Tower. There's the Tower of Babel. A picture of a Tower of Babel. Now, the real Tower of Babel is the pyramid. Look. There's the gods on the vine of Shishma, it's in the Jeremiah, travelling across the sea, even as far as the Sea of Jasper. On the beautiful vine, it's called the rod. It was broken. It tells the whole story of how God sent the wanderers, probably Alexander the Great, Prince Michael, to smash down the Egyptian towers and all that, and to blow up to explode the inside of the sarcophaguses which are in the base of it. The two vessels, your vessels are broken, and to blow out the corner of Moab, it's called. So in all the stories, the Japanese, the serpent mounds and all that of the Native Americans, you see these fuckers, horrible evil gods, travelling across the seas to corrupt humanity and give them the pagan idolatry worship. So why is that relevant to Grenfell Tower? Well, a vine is a big green thing, isn't it? Yeah, and here it is. Of vine of Shishma I will weep for thee, and weeping with Jasper. Plants are gone overseas. They reach even to the Sea of Jasper. The spoiler is fallen upon the summer fruit and upon the thy vintage. Now here's where inside it. Moab had been at ease from his youth, and he had settled in the lees, and had not been emptied from vessel to vessel, neither had he gone into captivity. Therefore his taste shall remain him, and his sense shall not change. Therefore behold, the day will come that the Lord will send out to him wanderers, and the courser, and cause him to wander, and shall empty his vessels and break the bottles. Now if you look at them things in the base of the pyramid, they're broken. The granite sarcophaguses, that's the Lord talking about that. Grenfell Tower. Now I hear people running around, the foreign people coming into this country. While Notting Hill Carnival was going on last night up in Edinburgh Castle, Prince Charles and all were dancing, were watching the Gaelic dancing, where you stand up straight. It's Hebrew dancing. It's the tribe of Benjamin, my family's tribe, and the Lions of Judah. Lion of Judah tribe. You stand up straight and you dance straight, because you're made to stand up straight. You don't bend over your head to an idolatrous person on a float saying, bend over. He's getting you to bow to him. That's idolatry. And he's saying, big up Grenfell Tower. Would you say big up Auschwitz? If I went and sprayed your whole family with a Mac-10 or nuked your family, would you say big up the nuclear bomb? No, you wouldn't. You say big up the people, the victims, the survivors. So, and a Grenfell Tower for maybe. So here's what happened in the old days. I'm telling you lies. Don't whinge on the streets about racism and all, right? Because this is where the racism thing comes from. When Cain slew Abel, the mark of Cain was God turned him black. And Cain went away and they built all the cities. And God said, you will not harm Cain's children for the sin of Cain. If you do, I will put a curse on you 7 times worse than the curse of Cain. So when you see black skin, you see God's forgiveness. You see God's infinite love and wisdom. You see the greatness of the Most High God in heaven. Who the children of Cain, not all of them, a lot of them, went after these foreign gods and tried to invade God in heaven. They even had a plan to kill the angels and take over God's throne. So imperialism comes from blackness. Cities, look, pyramids. Masonry comes from the black people. Pyramids come from the black people. Not from the black people, from the gods. They chose the gods over our God. Not all of them, because some of the prophets were black. It's not a big deal unless you make a big deal out of it. There, look. There's the finest shipment. Now I'm not sure if they've done some sort of genetic experiment and put a snake onto the vine, but everywhere around the pyramids is coastland, it's deserts. If you don't pull them pyramids down, and you see all the stuff they say that are meteorites, they're not meteorites, they were the cities that were up in the sky and they fell down, they were cursed. There's the man there's the creature that built them. He's called Nimrod or Gilgamesh. There he is, what they commonly recognise as Gilgamesh, with the lion in his hand, the Lion of Judah. He's attacking the Lion of Judah, actually. He was called a great hunter, and I'll show you him as Nimrod. And there he is as Nimrod. So we say these are idolatries anyway. And here's the Sphinx, look. So they use that to grow a vine. I'm going to show you the vine now in a second. I'm going to get it up. Let me pause this. And there's Grenfell Tower. Grenfell Tower. Now a lot of people are after making it. Nobody knows whether Grenfell Tower happened because of malice or it was an accident. People suspect. There's a lot of people after making a lot of money off Grenfell Tower, off the victims. Now, there's a lot of nasty people out there, and if they start to discover that they can make money off burning down tower blocks with people inside them. There's a verse in the Bible says they hatch cockatrice eggs they sacrifice in gardens. A cockatrice will come and it will rip you to bits if you speak politically correct to it. You have to speak the language of kings, the language that's in the King James Version of the Bible. So what you think are meteorites, they're actually these cities being brought down. Moab was spoiled and gone up out of her cities, and her chosen young men are gone down to the slaughter, said the king, and there's up and down, gone up, gone down. The calamity of Moab is near to come, and his affliction is fast. All ye that are about him, bow on him, and ye shall know his name, and how his strong shaft is broken. Jack and the beanstalk, and the beautiful rod, Nimrod, the daughter of that does it inhabit Dibon, shall come down from her glory and sit in the thirst. For the spoiler of Moab is come unto thee, and they shall destroy thy strongholds. It always says in the Bible, bring down the strongholds. They're broken down. The strongholds were the cities that they used. They used the water of light. There was a drought upon the water of Babylon. That's what it says. Let me pause this and I'll show you the giants going up the beanstalk. That's Edinburgh Castle. That's the way it was supposed to dance. Scottish dancing, Irish dancing. That's what made this people great, the people of these islands, the British, the Irish, the Galatians, the Milesians. That's why we have the Commonwealth, because everyone is wealthy, because they know Christianity. That's true wealth. There's the Queen's ship. When Gog's army came here, I think it was that asshole Tony Blair who took the Queen's ship away from her. So that's the invasion of Gog coming against the people of these islands. Tony Blair has millions of pounds. All of these people who came to these islands and stole the Queen's authority, they're the enemy. They don't want the Queen. They come against the quiet ones in the hills. The Queen is the quiet one in the hills. They're the quiet, they're the royal families. They're the ones who are part of the teachings of the truth, the way, the truth and the lie. So you have people running around going big up Grenfell Tower, and you have all the young girls bending over, bowing their heads to idols. That's why it's called pop idols, because they're idols. And you have them like sticking their ass out like they're having a shit. And they all come here and they don't give anything back. I think they should all have to pay at least 10% of what they have towards the upkeep of the Queen's new yacht, or whatever she sees fit. The one that she wants, because there's loads of nomarchs running around the place. The corporation scumbags, and they took Britannia, the Royal Yacht Britannia away. That has to be given back to the Queen. That was done by the lefties. Now the lefties are part of Gog. Gog's army has come here to use our women as whores. Our women will queue up round the corner for 1,000 plastic notes of you. Yeah, but they wouldn't flush a penny or a fiver down the chain, but they flushed their own flesh and blood. They've been taught to abort their own children. That's adultery. That's going after other gods. When you flush a child down the toilet or burn your baby in an incinerator, that's Baal worship. That's the worship of these gods. Even the Japanese tell of the story when the serpent gods came across the sea on a vine on a serpent. So I don't know if the vine of Shipma, which is this Shipma, was actually a hybrid between a plant and a thing. But look at the land around.